You've got your smartphone, you start taking a few photos with it, and then you move on to videos, and you're reasonably happy with what you're getting, but you notice that you get a bit of movement and you're sort of not quite there. It's okay, but you're thinking you can do better. And then you start hearing about these things called cages, smartphone cages, smartphone rigs, and you're thinking, are they worth the money? Well, I'm in the same boat. In fact, I went out and bought this one here. This is the SmallRig Smartphone Cage, and this is just a generic cage. It fits all different phones. And let's find out together whether I've wasted my money or whether this thing is absolutely brilliant. And today we're having a look at this. It's from SmallRig. I've already cut both ends of the tape so we can get it out and have a bit of a look at it. This is actually the first time I'm opening it, so I don't know what's inside. Oh, what did I say? I don't know what's inside. I should say it's a SmallRig mobile phone cage, but I'm not certain what the thing looks like, so let's get it out. That's the initial cage itself. Not very heavy, quite light. We've got a couple of handles. Feel quite nice, and that's the top handle. It's all metal, which is good, and looks like we got a little strap in there and a couple of Allen keys. Okay, let's assemble this thing and see what it's like. Well, that one goes on the top, so which is top? I suppose that'd be top. Oh yeah, so that'll mount in like so. Fair enough. And the other one, I suppose it'll mount down. You've got three options there of which one you want to go in, three different screws. Now, this is everything that came in the box. You've got the SmallRig smartphone cage. There's three different handles. You've got 1, 2, 3. You've got 2 separate Allen keys and a little Velcro strap. Now, the handles themselves, as you can see, you've got little holes through there. That's so you can put the Allen key and tighten them up very, very hard against the frame. You'll also notice at the very end here, there's a couple of little bumps of metal. And if you look closely, you'll notice that there's slots in all the different spots. So that's showing you that this handle will align perfectly and lock in place. You'll also notice we've got on the top here, there's a couple of little cold shoe mounts. I'll be using the top threaded mount. So let's get this thing in position. And that's just finger tight, and as you can see, it doesn't rotate, and that's because of that little slot that's in place there. You'll also notice on top here you've got extra mounts, so there's 3 across the top there, and that looks like about it. I've got both of these handles on. The third one fits up on top here. You'll notice we got 3 little bolts. I'll be using 2 of these obviously, 1 on either side, and I'll come back when that's finished. I've already put the handle on, as you can see. It's got a 3/8 inch standard screw mount on the top. There's also a cold shoe mount here, so it's pretty impressive. And let's start to unscrew this a little bit, and I'll pop my phone in. Now, the one thing I know there's a fault with this unit, it's just the design. It's nothing to do with the company, it's just the way they've done it. The buttons you've got on your mobile phone tend to be on the side, so if you try and mount that dead center, it's going to be basically in the clamp area, so you need to mount it so that it's past there over to this little area here, so you actually get to the on-off button. Now, I knew that obviously when I was buying this. It didn't stop me, simply because this is nice and lightweight, the cage. It screws down tight, so I'm just holding the phone at the moment, as you can see, and it holds perfectly. So that's the main reason I bought that. Now, I really wish that they could have put on the side here, made this flat on the top and bottom, and a couple of extra screw holes so you could move it to either side, and that would have made this absolutely perfect. But it is what it is, and I'm quite happy with it so far. The cold shoe mounts themselves, you can put all sorts of things in there, like the little lights. You can put in microphones. I'll pop them in and we'll come back and have a look at it when it's all assembled. Now, I just noticed on the side of the handle you've got this little lever here. Just on the top here it's got a little spring-loaded clamp on it, so that should be that if you pop in something like that, it doesn't come out. So you can lock it down. That's handy. And if you loosen it, it still won't come out until you actually release the latch. That's kind of nice. This is the setup I've got for the SmallRig camera cage so far. I've got a little generic remote control, so I can actually hold that, press the button while I've got hold of one of these little handles, and I can activate the camera. It saves me taking my hand off and pressing buttons on the screen. I've got a Sennheiser MKE 200 microphone. I've got two Welight SO5s, little U-green connector on the side here. I've got a little tripod on the bottom. This is just a mount for a little selfie stick, and that works really, really well. So that's what I've got so far. I'm testing out the stability. I'll just go a very slow walk. I'm testing out the SmallRig cage, and it's quite dark at the moment, as you can see. So far it's been working really, really well. So if you would like to give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, either way, doesn't really matter. Leave a comment. I'd appreciate that as well. Perhaps you've got a different experience of this particular unit. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let me know in the comments. Hopefully I'll get to see you on the very next video, whatever it happens to be. All the best till then. Bye for now.